All right, guys, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. So, here we are on a beautiful Monday morning. Is this thing unlisted? Oh gosh. Okay, we gotta fix that. Uh, public, save, boom. Let me share the link. Yeah, but for those of you in the Discord, though, good morning, right? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. What's up? What's up? As you're tuning in. Yeah, so let's see. There's a couple of stocks that are moving today. There's a couple of them looking good. There's some continuation stocks as well. Let me write up the watch list. So there's ONVO, fresh stock. And from there, I'm going to watch two continuation names. INDO, RENT, and I'm going to put, I believe, either SNGX, I'm thinking, or maybe HUBC, probably SNGX. It's a little cheaper, but you know. Today I have a bit of an extended list as I'm not quite sure which one is going to be the best one, the obvious one. So far though, ONVO seems like it could be the stock of the day. But as we know, into the open, you know, it's always difficult to tell, right? That's not what I want to do. Day trading. Good to see Jessica back in the chat. Shout out to Jessica if she's watching on here on the YouTube stream. Okay, so let's see. ONVO, this one is up 57%, currently with 17 million shares of volume. Let's see how this thing is looking, how it's doing. Let's map out our key levels. So we got 185 for the pre-market high. We had lows earlier this morning around 8 a.m. down there 119, but recently, and what I'm more interested in is this level here around VWAP around 150. Can we hold up 150, currently at 161, and get back up there to highs around 185? So far it looks pretty decent. On the daily chart, let's see. So the 200 EMA is at 128. We are above that level, which is good. Still been checking in, you and Mighty on YouTube here and there. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, good to see Jessica, one of the MMU students there back in chat. So yeah, we got highs of 205 on November 7th of last year. 205. Bigger green candle, big higher volume on that day, about 1.5, which you know, relative to some other candles is not too bad. Other than that, January of last year, 340. So if this is really strong, can we see 250, 350? The watch list, the watch list hasn't been as good, you know, versus prior weeks. it's been more so on the softer side, if you want to say. Like, some days will come in. I mean, last week we got to say AUD, LASE, they were good, but they didn't really do much after the first like 5 minutes. So we got to see what stock today happens to be that strong stock. All right, so moving on to the next one. So RENT from Friday, how are we doing? Continuation name. So we had the move over the last 2 days, right? Thursday, Friday. I want to get those high points. I'm going to clear the drawing set and just put in those high points. Let's see. Let's clean it up a little bit. So we had 24.13. That level I'm interested in. Then we had 28.90. There's my alarm for screen recording. I'm going to go ahead and do that. 28.90. So just a heads up, just to make sure your screen recording is turned on. That way we can come back, study up, review later in the day. Looks good. So yeah, those two daily levels are what I'm really interested in here, especially if this thing starts to curl. So other than that, the pre-market high today, we're seeing around 22.40, around 22.40 pre-market high. I really ought to use my 1-minute chart and then measure, save some time here. Get the candlestick to snap in place. In fact, I'll put this in, let's see, 22.50 actually, 22.50. Okay, RENT looks decent. We'll see if we get another, push. But perhaps today could be, a day of rest. But we'll see. Other than that, INDO from Friday also, held up its levels fairly well. We had 594 for yesterday's high. Well, Friday's high. And so far today, we'll check the pre-market high. Let's see, 594. All right. Pre-market high today at 573. We've pulled back, and earlier we saw support around about 515 or so, but we broke down below that level, and now we've had a low of 490. So if this gets back over 515, I'd be interested. And can we see a bit of an uptrend, like that, going back up? We'll see. That's INDO. This one is currently up 1% versus Friday's close. So we'll see how it does. I had a 830 as a daily level. We'll see if it gets up there. Some people might keep an eye around 669, which was a high point in April of last year, rejecting the 200 EMA. I'm going to add that level in. All right. So those are my top three. Again, two continuation names, but of course, I'm willing to rotate. We have stocks like HUBC, high point of 248, and then pulled back earlier today. HUBC. If this gets over, 190 with high volume, I'd be interested. It's currently around 170. There's room up to 248. Something I want to do today is rotate. I've been having issues the last couple of days, like not being in the right place, not being on the right stock. So I got to do a better job, like, at the open, just the first couple of minutes, continuing to check to see if something else is moving, especially if the stock I'm trading, I'm not seeing any sort of gains. Studying and reviewing, I'm realizing that once I'm trading a strong stock, I'm usually like green right away, you know. 2 minute warning. I'm usually green right away, so I gotta try to position myself on that strong stock to get a good start today, and then from there, trade it until it kind of, eases out. So we'll see, throughout the extended watch list here, SNGX, maybe a stock like this ends up being the strong one. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm looking forward to being disciplined. I'm looking forward to being patient. Looking forward to, coming in and just staying focused. I've been having some issues as well with just being locked in. So today, I want to make sure to stay focused on those key opportunities, pay attention to my indicators. And other than that, look forward to having a good day, right? So with that being said, remember the disclaimer. Remember that day trading, though, is risky business, right? Regardless of myself, guys like Marcelo, Tim, Triad, all of us, guys, trading is risky, and we've been trading for years. All right, so keep that in mind. Take it slow. Do not rush the rush. If you're new, right, do not rush the rush. Use the simulators. Use a small amount of cash, whatever is necessary to make sure that your risk is limited. Other than that, remember the live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and just copy trade. It takes months, more commonly years. Lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful with fake accounts and impersonators, all right? I will never message you first. So ONVO, let's see how it does. I got small share size as usual to start the day, and then I'll look to increase my shares if it happens to be strong. And perhaps we can see an opening surge here over 170 area. I'll have just 1,000 shares, and then I'll look to size up if I need to. What will it be? $63, $62. I'm gonna take a small entry here, tight stop. There's 74. I'm gonna size if we can keep holding up. And it's not gonna keep holding up, right back down. 57. Worth a shot. So this is where I want to start rotating. Let me just make sure nothing is going up with a ton of green candles. Just want to keep an eye. INDO and RENT seems to be struggling. HUBC. So that first trade there had me thinking that that stock was going to be strong, and then immediately it's back down, right? I actually like to use smaller size to begin just to avoid a big loss right away on that first trade or two, but that looked pretty convincing. It's usually how our stronger stocks will look. So we had a low of 45. We'll see if it bounces up. I'm going to continue to rotate through here. I think that's supposed to be INDO. Okay. PLL. HUBC. Are we going to see something here? SNGX perhaps. RENT 2239. There's light volume there, but we'll see. SNGX 73 cents for the highs. $75. Maybe SNGX is a stock here. 78. Well, it seems like it might be. Pushing up aggressively. Right over the pre-market high. We'll see if it gives a proper pullback. I'm going to start small and then increase size. Over 80. It has potential. I gotta prepare orders here. This actually has potential. It looks like it's gonna get halted up though. Well, all right. Over 80 went all the way to 86 like instantly. I'm gonna have massive size, but I have to be careful on a resumption. The risk is gonna be very present as usual. So SNGX, the cheaper one, happened to be the strongest one here to start. I'm going to keep rotating. Is there anything else? HUBC, sold, selling off a little bit. INDO, not a ton. LGVN, how are we looking? Not a ton. ONVO, not a ton. Not looking that great. RENT, not looking that great. Lower volume. SNGX seems to be the only one here. We could see a dip and rip before it pulls back. I think that's what I'll aim for here. Can we see the dip and rip? Well, it's been a long time since we've traded this price range, so at the very least, it'll be interesting. LGVN, we've gotten a small move here. The resumption time will be at 38.44. 38.44. LGVN is getting volume, what, kind of around this 240 area. Let's see if it does continue. I'm going to take an entry here. There's 52. Can we keep going? LGVN. Can we get over 250? If I see 53, I'll go long. There's 46. Perhaps it needs to pull back. We got about 2 minutes to that resumption. Trading LGVN here on the side. Perhaps a little too early there. There's 40. Let me bring down this chime, by the way. It's kind of loud. The dip is going to hold. I'm in early. I'm seeing 53, but yeah, it's kind of struggling. The dip was good though. The dip was good at 38 for the low. I was in a little high, 42, well, 43. Anyhow, the resumption is coming up in a sec. 38.44. We got about a minute to resumption. 1 minute. I should have double checked my levels, but it looks like we might have some room up to 120 on this one. All right, cool. All right. Let's see what it does. I will have size. It's gonna be a little risky, but let's see what it does here. 86 cents. We got about 5 seconds on my side. No fear, no hesitation. Oh, little chop. Oh man, there's a bid just gonna come. That's a little disappointing, just a little bit. It's choppy though. All right, sizing down. Worth the shot, but not too good. So we got 90 right there. $88, $89, $92. The halt up is at $99. Might need to pull back a little here. There's 89, 88. Son of a gun. What's Hive Day? 93. I'll try for Hive Day. Let's see. 89 again. 88, 87. Perhaps just better to mark it in here at this point. It seems like we had about 84. 92. 89. Just waiting patiently. $87, $88. Waiting patiently. We might see a bigger pullback. No fill right there, 83. I think it's looking good, all things considered. Tight stop here for me. I'll add. Let's see what it does. The new 1-minute candle is 15 seconds out. KB, are the bulls still alive, brother? We'll see. 82, perhaps not. And they're not. We're going to take a loss there in that second position. LGVN, on the other hand, maybe this is the one. Breakup 3 coming up, potentially. It's a little extended though. It's been like all green candles for LGVN. I like that SNGX held up. Yeah, LGVN, it's a little crazy. This one held up, but we had a low of it, 77. So it came all the way down this time. LGVN's price action, man, I think it's just a little choppy. All right. How well can we keep pushing up here? To the depth. Not good there. This is like a false breakout. There might be a good dip if it flushes out completely. I'd like to see low 70s. A little disappointing to see a false breakout over 85, but okay. Switching gears to LGVN. High of 25, low of 90. It's a pretty big pullback. Is this thing curling back up again? If it gets back over, well, we'll see. It's kind of dicey. SNGX back at 80. Bad fill there on LGVN. So it's definitely a bit of a choppy start to the day for me here. So I got to slow it down, perhaps size down a little bit. SNGX, I'm still interested if it gets back around 85. LGVN, highs around 04 for the last candle. Lows are around 80. That's the tricky one here on the tape on the level 2. We're seeing, let's say like 306 by 308, but then it teleports down a bit to like 99. Of course, it gives a good dip as I look away. ONVO, let's see. Not much here. RENT, not much there as well. LGVN, I tell you, man. It seems like it's struggling though. That's like a false breakout there. Good volume, good move up, but not quite over the level of the 10 where we've been seeing the resistance. Candle has a couple seconds left.
KAVL.
KAVL is halted up, but doesn't really look like a ton. I'm gonna give this thing a chance here. Can we see the move? 13, 14, 15, 20, 40. But yeah, this day this day is not looking so great here. That's gonna be a false breakout. Perhaps a little too aggressive. I try to take mid-teens, not good. And oh gosh, it's a high fill too. In at 18 out at 05, 04, not good. Other than that, I like the trade. I take that trade every time, but to the depths. So a long consolidation, move up, no follow through, rejection of the highs. Switching back to SNGX. This one has to get over 84 and then perhaps 85 if possible. There seems to be some sellers still watching. We'll see if it tries again here. You gotta be careful with the fills on the ask on this one too. Brother. Brother. Okay, sizing down a bit, 4,500. It looks interesting here, though. It looks like we can see that red to green here. 88. 88 is the high that big red candle for rejection. But I think over 84 should be good here. But back down again. Over 84 for a retest of 93. We'll see if this red candle holds up. I'd prefer for us not to pull back this early, but sometimes it happens. So I'm kind of red. This is like a little too much red here even for me. 1300 is a little too much red. So I got to be careful. If not, I'll have to just call it like a max loss day and just shut it down. Got caught for about 450 on SNGX resumption. Um, kind of lost another 300 after that. LGVN just took a good sized loss. That's the issue I had with LGVN. LGVN is like the bids just would evaporate. That dip looked good, but you know, and I actually thought that I got filled at 10. I thought I got the fill at 10. I could have been out sooner. Because when I bought it, kind of like, you know, flushed down a bit, like mid to low teens. But I assumed the higher fill anyways, like, you know, 14. Well, we had 10 on the bids when I was buying. Sometimes when I look over, I kind of lose sight of the ask price. So if I'm in the spread, but the ask is like a little on the higher side, a little higher than I think, then of course, you know, there's that chance of that higher fill. So far, it is a bit of a higher low. Let's see how it does down here again. these spreads, I tell you, man. As cheap as these stocks are, it's like you still gotta watch out. You gotta throw out those bids. Gotta throw out those bids. Gotta throw out the bids. It's been having trouble here, but we'll see if it does get through. Take off something just in case it fails miserably again. I don't mind adding back over the level here if it wants to go, but you know, are we ready? That's the question. This could be good, but you know, are we ready? Taking a little too long. 83. This is our fourth time here. I gotta be a little bit quicker with these trades too. Good green on the tape, but not quite. So that's our fourth red candle here with a bit of a wick at the top. So maybe it breaks down a little lower, but we'll see if it keeps holding up. I'm fairly red, but if this stock is strong, if this same stock right here happens to be strong, we're one scratch trade away from where we need to be. It has potential. Okay. Is this it? This might, oh, okay, this might have been it. That wasn't as aggressive as I needed to be there. Watching. Oh my gosh. If I had gotten caught in that, that would have been the day. That's not good. See, from looking beautiful to just that, like, come on. It's just shares to short. It more than likely is going to come down some more. Brother. And I almost got long at 88, but I'm like, I want it to come down a little more. I would have been at 88, out at 82. And that gave no warning. It just teleports down. Come on. KB, the Bulls are sleeping, man. The Bulls are sleeping. The Bulls are in the slaughterhouse. No bear meat today, man. We're getting slaughtered. These short sellers are enjoying A1 steak right now. A1 steak. T-bone. Filet mignon. The New York strip. Everything. Depths. HUBC. Much. In fact, I never looked back at KAVL after that resumption. Well, it's still halted. I can keep an eye on it in case it does something. The volume is what I was concerned with, but 46, 56. So what is that? 06? if it's 20 minutes. 0619. I'm down a fair amount. If I lose like another 400 or so, I think I'll have to call it. I'm not bothered, I'm not like frustrated, none of that. But I kind of don't want to keep going if nothing is gonna work here eventually, you know. I have to put a clamp on it. Definitely not the day I was expecting. I woke up thinking yes, green. That's that. I just woke up thinking, yeah, today's gonna be a nice green day. I mean, it's still early, but you know, didn't expect to start red or anything. KAVL is showing 440 resumption. I mean, that would be huge. Let me see how the daily chart is looking. It's in a range here, so let's clear the drawing set. High 389. 200 EMA, it's 686. On the daily chart, it's currently 330. We'll see. We shall see if it does anything. It would be 06 and 19 seconds. It's showing a big resumption is why I'm interested. Well, we'll see. It would need to resume significantly higher and have a lot of volume immediately for me to be like looking for a trade. If not, I wouldn't even bother. We'll see if it does resume. Hopefully it does. KAVL 330. Will it? Looks like it will not. Showing 470 resumption. 480 by 470 on the bid and the ask. It seems like some people are having issues with Thinkorswim. Sometimes these can also resume at a random time frame. It might not be on the 5-minute interval. We can try again at 11:19 and see, but anyone having issues with Thinkorswim? HUBC, not a ton there. INDO, not a ton. KAVL, we're waiting. LGVN. Can't believe I lost so much money so quickly on that stock. It's like it didn't seem, you know, I mean, like in some areas it kind of did seem like there's going to be, you know, more risk. I probably should have had smaller size, but you know, 2K size for me is not like big size, but you hate to take more than like a 10-15 cent loss, you know. SNGX at 68. No good. Hopefully we can see a good resumption here. Still showing 475 from 330. It's pretty big. So if a ton of volume is there, perhaps there could be a good dip and rip. Yeah, LGVN curling. Eleven and 19. If it is gonna be, what's this, like about 25 minutes for KAVL? 46.19. So watching here, we'll see if it resumes at the 25-minute mark. Showing 350 again. 475 and nothing. Oh, what a day, man. What a day. I woke up out of my bed and I just felt green. You know, I was thinking, yeah, nice green day. In and out, quick and clean. Here we are in the depths. But for all the right reasons. So far, we're following our rules. We're being disciplined. We're not tilted. We're not frustrated. Just waiting to see if we'll get some more opportunities. But even on days where I'm not frustrated, if I continuously see red, like if I, you know, this resumes and it's like not good, then at that point I just consider shutting it down because then nothing is working. So I need to come back on a different day and, you know, 16 and 19 seconds. Couple more minutes. We'll see if it's the 30-minute mark. For those of you watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. These days I forget to say it, but you know, it always helps us out a little bit. Helps the channel to grow. So far we are right at $1,300 here today in the first 30 minutes. My metrics will tell me I'm usually the most green between the first 30 minutes of the, after the open, let's say. So this is not a great sign, but perhaps you can still see something here for the rest of the day, but we gotta be on our P's and Q's. $1,300 for me is like a normal red day, but you know, would have preferred to be green. It's well within my risk, but if it gets a little bit bigger, then we'll look to call it. About a minute and some change if it's at the 30-minute mark here for this resumption. For me, it has to resume it's right now it's showing 420, 470. Like it has to resume that much higher, and there has to be an immediate big flow of volume on a tape. Like I need to see the tape, like the tape needs to be flowing. If that doesn't happen, there's no way I trade this. If that does happen and it gives the entry, I'll be in it. And then if the first trade is good, I'll look to size up to see if it wants to continue, but it depends. Hopefully it resumes here, because if not, this might be till 2 p.m. 3:30. Let's see if it happens here in the next couple of seconds. And nothing. To the depths. Yeah, this is the thing with this type of stock is like, I mean, who knows when it'll resume. Could be another 5 minutes. Could be another 5 hours. Sometimes it's another 5 days. INDO, LGVN. I think I still got to cut some of these losses a little quicker. And two areas where we're pulling back off of highs. I got to be careful because, you know, the pullback's supposed to be very relative to the move up. If we pull back too much, then we're just failing. And then I'm buying a failing, a failing dip. The one at mid-teens, I mean, we had a high of 40. That stock was just a little tricky. I'll give myself a pass for that. That one was just a little tricky because we saw 33, then it teleports up to 40, and then like immediately back down like 28, 25. So I'm thinking, okay, if we pull back a little more closer to that breakout level, which was around 310, 315 area, perhaps we can find that dip and then, get back mid 20s, high 30s. Instead, it's to the lows. SPCB. Cheaper stock. It's moving up. SPCB is slowly grinding up. Cheaper stock, 45 cents. Where is the momentum? KDIL. Perhaps after a couple more days or some volume. $56.01 for the 200 EMA here. KAVL still halted. It's currently 10:21 a.m. Still pretty early. I know some of you guys will be heading out around 10:30 after the first hour. If you are, hopefully you had a good day, a disciplined day. SPCB, low right there, 43. This one is fighting. I mean, it's the only thing kind of uptrending. I prefer something more expensive, but you know, if this is all we're going to get, there might be some opportunities here. Little extended after the move up, but we are seeing a bit of a pullback here. Low so far, 42.01. I'd rather see a 5-minute pullback here, but we'll see. Let's make sure to adjust my share size. Now such a high fill. I've been struggling, cutting it tight. I gotta stop. I really need to stop saying high fill stuff. Like, I mean, I gotta try not to do that. It's something I gotta work on. Those are not really high fills. It's just where I happen to be filled, right? That's more like it. It's a fair fill for where I was buying under the context. Even if I would want to be in lower, it's the fair fill, you know. It's a rejection of that high though, so right back down. LGVN still, you know, around the VWAP area. Chat room is already sending out work applications here. Whenever it gets slow, it's the first thing you start to see. Hey, it's part of trading, right? Being a business owner, you know, there are going to be days where the business is just not as hot. There are going to be days where the business might take a loss, right? Will KAVL be the one to save this slow day? I wonder. Just not seeing a ton, not really seeing anything obvious uptrending and strong. SPCB, or you're getting that bigger pullback. I'm actually interested here. So far, the low right there, about 41. This could be a little early, but I'll give it a shot here just to see. Willing to readjust if I need to. Let's see. Let's see if it comes down a little lower here. Still got KAVL up on the other order entries just in case. Fair fill. Thing is with this one too is that it might be a little slower moving, you know. Sometimes they move a little slower. I'll have to size some more on this stock. I'd like to see something a little bit more dramatic here. it continues to hold high. VWAP's at 39. Will we get a real test of the low here? Or are we gonna base sell? Or maybe we've already base sell, right? 41.98 for the high of the area here. Brother. Here, I see the scalp over the level. So far, so good. Can we keep holding? Can we see 43? I'll have to take massive size on this thing. It's not moving as aggressively as the last one. So this type of share size is really not going to do much. If I would have gotten the test of the lows with some more selling and a hold, I'd have felt much better there to be in, like, you know, crazy size. Well, this is good. So far, so good. We'll see where the pullback comes, and I'll try to capture that. Oh, there's a resumption. That's a good trade. Can we get a dip? $6 halt up. Halting up at $6. See, that's gonna be a good trade there. It resumed, dips to 5, and then rips up aggressively. Look at that resumption though, man. That is insane. Can we see over 44? Hopefully the next resumption is just 5 or 10 minutes, man, because we don't want to be waiting, you know, 10,000 years again. So is this the pullback? I tell you, man. I gotta put out limit orders in those situations. I have to. It's just something I noticed Friday that I'm not doing as good of a job as I should be. Missing the dang dip. Is the breakout gonna be any good? Can I see 45? Okay, 46. Okay, okay. Damn. That ad might have been kind of high. Yeah, I see this. Man, what's going on? I tell you. It's the worst ad in history. I tried to add it 44.80 I get the fill at 47. The moment I try to add, the ask price just jumps up. But somebody looked like they might have been covering or something. But it's like, what type of awful timing is this, man? So this is how I know that this if you want to say unlucky, this is not going to last long. It's only a matter of time before we get some sweet fills. 36.57, 36.57. Oh, not quite. 36.57 for the resumption. This should have been $200 minimum. Missed the dip. Fumbled the breakout. Not good. I'll gear up for the resumption, man. So this was an epic resumption here. The 200 EMA is at 686. So this could pose some resistance for us. 36.57. This 200 EMA could pose some resistance. Over that, though, I mean, it seems like there's going to be a lot of room if it keeps going. I got long at... Oh, this is such a... Oh, okay. I'm about to say 14. Okay, I should... Yeah, this is a fair fill for where I bought. I thought it said 41. I'm about to say that's terrible. 31 would have been high. But anyhows, let's see what it does here. Can we see another good trade? It is risky, of course. I need to be accurate. If not, I'll go back to flat. So there is risk. Could I say, hey, $700 good? I cut the red day in half. Time to shut it down? Perhaps. But it's a stock that gave a good opportunity. It's setting up again. I'm gonna try again. KAVL. Let's see what happens. If I go back to flat, that back to where I was, that's okay. Just looking to take the trades that I know and love. Nothing more, nothing less. It's never personal. 686. Will we get over that level? So we're halted at $6. And we got a couple seconds here to resumption, if it's 5 minutes. What's it gonna be? Oh my god, that fell on the ask, brother. This is not bad. Can we bounce? I'm gonna go nuts. Crazy fills. Brother. Not bad. Well, we continue though. Let me size down, man, because I mean, just go to 1,000 shares. Like, forget using size right now. My goodness. What's the low? 45. I got a miraculous. I should have been red already. I had a miraculous fill. I had 2 high fills, man, on the like super high of day ask. I definitely don't want to use like 4,000 shares here. Come on. Struggling. It has potential for back over 50, but will we see it? There's definitely sellers up there, 30 area. Was that a bid? I think it might have been. Still using size. Just high risk behavior here. $6 high of day. There it is. The halt up is at 14. We might get locked in. It's at 34. I want to see a dip. It's holding up at 6, which is too high for me. That, oh, come on. That wasn't bad, but the bids are lagging. I should have put the yard on the ask. $49 for the halt up. It might be another false halt. It seems like it is. Waiting for a bigger dip. Waiting. Come on. Good fill. And there's a bounce. I'll try again here. 30. Can we keep going? Oh, it is. Oh, no, it's not. You see, it's like you get the right stock, and it's not hard. It's not super difficult for me to make money. Unlike those other stocks, it's like near impossible. There's 63. Sometimes it's not even worth touching them, you know? The halt is at 86. I'd love to see it get locked in here. Will we get locked in 73?
KAVL.
This is like the last resistance that's in sight. So if it halts here, resumes higher to the moon. And there's a lot of buyers here, so this looks like it'll get locked in. And it is. KAVL. Saving the day here. So again, here I am, asking myself, I've pulled off the miracle. I've reduced my red day by half. Now my red day has turned into a green day. Do I want to say that's enough and walk away? Is that something I want to do right now? It's a valid question to ask myself. Relentless, you went from having a miserable day to being saved here. Do you want to continue? You can potentially risk everything you have, go back to red. Do you want to continue? Because if I say this is it, this is a great red to green day, you know? Decisions, man. Decisions. What is the appropriate thing to do? I've been connecting. I've been trading it well. It's at the last known resistance here that I have. If it resumes higher, it could maybe go to 750. I want to keep trading it, but I think a wise thing to do would be to size down. Size down, connect in a few more trades, and then if anything, I can kind of, risk the extra cushion. But if I take losses here, maybe that's enough to just say, hey, that's it. So I think 1500 base, 2500 max. I had max at like 4,000 just now, or maybe even 1,200 size. Let's do 1,200. Resumption 46.37. 46.37 for resumption. But as I mentioned earlier, I had two higher fills. One of them I sold and took the loss. That's where we kind of like dropped down the first time. The second time I got lucky. I got a good fill in the spread somehow. Because I got filled at the very highest point on the ass, man. These limit orders sometimes with the offsets or just pure limit orders are just the way to go. I continue to think because they're selling going through that the ask price should appropriately be coming down as well as the bid is just flushing. But sometimes the ask stays right there, and I think, you know, it's a tight spread. I look away too quickly, and then just like that, I'm in 30, 40 cents higher, and the trade is just ruined. I gotta sell it immediately, and more than likely I'll get a poor fill coming out. So it's some areas are rough, man. So 46.37, I'm watching and waiting patiently here. Let's see how it does. We're halted up at 673. We got less than a minute. Yeah, right now it is showing sideways resumption. This is gonna be interesting. It always is, right? At the very least, it'll be interesting. No fear, no hesitation. We got less than 10 seconds. 673, here we go. The hell, my order's just sitting there. Come on, come on. Get through the level. It's choppy. Will it go? Will it not? 808 for the halt up. We had lows around 45.50. I'd rather see a dip here first. But we do have the 200 EMA, so we got to be careful. It seems like it's getting shorted. Oh, I'll watch over 20. I'll watch over 20, I think. It seems like it's getting shorted. This could be good if it still happens to go. Then it'll squeeze again. We'll see if they get caught. But it needs to hold up 50 if it drops. Maybe they'll get caught again. Or at least the new short sellers will get caught. Son of a gun. Nothing. For break of 7 there. We had 65 held. It didn't go all the way down to 50. I'm trying. And not quite. I don't want to overtrade this area, so maybe I let it go instead of taking these losses. Or one more attempt. Oh, no, I'll let it go. I'll let it go. It's too choppy. I'll keep an eye out if we see big bids. That could always be a good thing here. 26, that's it. Can we hold up and try again? And I lost money there somehow. Yeah, there's resistance, all right. I'm gonna size down some more, 700 shares. I refuse to go back to flat or give back too much, you know? There's 55. There's 37. I'll give it a shot in this area here. Tight stop. There's 69 on the ask. Take the couple cents in the spread. Back in. I want to see over 70. KB. Are the Bulls still alive? All right, I'm going to size back up. Because it's starting to hold up and it's giving me confidence. Hold up. Got a high fill there. Not even a good trade. Right, you kidding me? It's missing two big trades. Man, that wasn't good. Because I knew it was holding up 50, I should have made money from 50 all the way to 7. Made nothing. Lost money. It's at the resistance again, though. This is interesting. Here. I gotta be careful, man. I needed some cushion there. Some more cushion. If it goes, it must hold up. It can't. If it goes to like 40, we cannot afford to see a huge dip.
KAVL.
Seems like it's holding up high for now. Yep. I'm gonna be patient. I'll wait. Will we get over 720? There's 10. 89 on the bid. Definitely has a lot of spread here, a lot of range. We got about 7 to 18 cent spreads at times here. Bill on the ask again. Not good, man. Not good business. That is so frustrating. Or else I could hold this trade and give it a chance. Get me out. Better not take a big loss here. Let's just cut it. 36, 26. See, man, I tell you. I had the order on the ask to sell, so like I'm trying to get out for like a smaller, for a gain actually. It might be on the backside, I think. If it doesn't hold up here, that's it. So that resistance that came in at like 720 area, proving to be too much. And we're now back red on the day. Low was 11. I'm going to keep an eye. Maybe it does come back up a little bit more here. I don't want to jump the gun and be too early. Tried to go for it, man. I tried. I have the current candles 45. We had a low of 11. Had a better fill than that, but okay. I want to see 40 out of this, if possible. There's 35. Okay, that's a good trade. It might hold up. It just might. But I don't know if it's ready to go just yet. I'm gonna watch dips. Or perhaps over 45. Is it gonna go? This would be good if it does. It'd be early, but it'd be good. Oh, 55. 60. Okay, the red to green is in full swing. Come on, give us something, anything. It's not dipping. Am I too soon? Yes, I am. Son of a gun. It's hard to read this one, man. It's not over yet. Maybe we have one last hurrah to get us back over 720 at the highs. Too soon? Man, what is this stock, man? I'm seeing a lot of good things on the level 2 in the tape, but then it's not like giving a reaction. Of course, no fill. Do not Titanic, all you do. I like this fill, it's fair, it's decent. But it's still coming down 13, and this is too much of a pullback here. Back to square one. This is too much. This is just too much of a dip. Why do we need to go from 670 down to 610 again? It's more than likely going to come down here if it tests the level, I think. I'll watch the dip. If it holds up here, I'll be surprised. Maybe it will, but 90. I was too early anyways. There's 50 on the bid. I got filled at 90. I got filled at 90, man. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, it's on the backside. We gave back 600 off the top, which was not great. This is what a bluff this was. I mean, I thought this looked good here. Going back up. But the pullback is just too big. This pullback, if this would have held up like 30, 40, then, you know, hey, can we push back up and try for, you know, 680, 7, and then 720 eventually. Well, it's a good salvage day for Mered. 1300 to flat. Better than nothing. Better than nothing. It's for me, just like I need to be trading the right. It's hard. Sometimes it's difficult though. I mean, the cheaper stock, it did look good. That cheaper stock did look good. SNGX, strong move up, halting up, but just, you know, just couldn't connect on this one. So I don't mind being red here. I think this is fair. It could have easily been the other side if we could have, you know, gotten in on some better areas, but some stocks just feel so, you know, even it's already hard, right? Some stocks feel even more difficult to do anything on. And it's like those stocks I just need to not trade once it's not working, just, you know, if I can avoid it. I'm only at 145 orders out of 390, so, you know, I can come back today and see if something else moves. This at least puts me in a decent position if something else comes along and, you know, rips up aggressively. SPY doing its thing. Small pullback here over the last few days, though. The question is, will we get another stock? For me to now get green 1K plus, I need to see another stock come along and give something good. Another, or it could be one of the stocks right now, you know, giving a red to green. But I need some sort of good opportunity here. That will then push me up nicely. I can just feel that big green day coming, man. Like it's just, it's around the corner, just waiting for the right stock. RENT, I don't know what happened with me on that stock. I should have done better. Too much hesitation at the lows. You gotta really buy the dips fearlessly and utilize those limit orders. The low here was 52 and then 37 for KAVL. HUBC might be worth keeping an eye on. How are we doing? What's the range looking like? Tape is moving, but seems pretty stagnant. Perhaps not going to be very volatile, so Maybe I'll leave this one alone for now. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing if you are a new viewer. Very messy day here today, but grateful to be flat. Because the other side of that stock not doing well is me losing 800, and right now I've been down 2,000 on the day. That's the other side of what could have happened if it didn't go well. You know, at that point I would have to shut it down and say that's it, max loss. So HUBC, is this one going to be volatile enough? Can we see a continued push here? Like this, so far this is good, you know, from 84 to 92. But I want to see this rip up to 98. Can we see aggression out of this push here? The low right there is 85. Man. Maybe I gotta start sitting down again. I don't know. Maybe I gotta start sitting again. I don't like to sit anymore at all. At first I used to do half and half, but now I'm trying not to sit down too much. I start to feel a little tired here. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. See, that's a mistake. 7,000 shares. No, no. No, not good. It's good to know I can take 7,000 shares like that, but still. I just changed out the cheaper stock that I was looking at to this one, and so I forgot to change the share size. Come on, give us some more selling pressure here. 86, 85, more selling, more selling. All right, I'll try here. We're not really seeing a ton of selling. Sometimes I like to see the selling on the tape, the red, to know for sure it's holding. But other times you don't really get it. We'll see if it bounces up here again. Come on, talk to me nicely here. I want to see 92, 93, 94, 95. There's some sort of buyer. Okay, no, maybe not. I was about to say maybe there's a buyer there, but it's gonna come down to 84, make a new low by 1 cent. And of course, now it's gonna go after I've stopped out. Classic. See, that there was just too much selling. It's to the point where a lot of selling came the second, third time we held. It got to 87, 88, but then back down. And more selling that time. Looked like it was going to come down to 80, but it held. So back over 92. Can we see something? extra to 95, 96, 97, break of 2. So far it's not, you know, the range here is too tight. I want to see, you know, more volatility. So I'll just not even trade this one, you know, unless it like does something more. $60 loss with the wrong share size. $50 loss trying to get the dip at 85. I'm gonna do another rotation, KAVL. Nah, I don't like this one. It looks like it's on the backside. Some people might try some trades, but I think I'll leave it alone. $6.16, $6.24. It's moving up a little bit. SNGX, SPCB. Not seeing a ton. I'm gonna shut it down soon. And if anything, I can come back later. Kind of just keep an eye on the scans, keep an eye on the chat, see if anything moves up. If it's good, if it's worth it, try again. Kind of let the market reshuffle the deck, and hopefully we see some better momentum later, because we're still not seeing a ton here. What a day, man. What a day. What a day. What a day. Shows you how quickly you can lose money. It's like this field is so interesting, man. I don't know anywhere else where you could make and lose so much money so quickly. It's strange, right? Because you know I lose 1,300 earlier this morning, and I feel nothing. But if I lose 130 bucks out of my wallet, it's like the end of the world. The day is ruined, you know. HUBC. Yeah, HUBC having a hard time. February. So this, if the mud remains like this, it's gonna really come down to, I can adjust more, right? Like I could be tighter. I could be tighter on my risk. I could adjust more to the point where I don't even size up early at all, and like just look for $500 at most, and not push it. But we have to see, like the thing is with the market is sometimes there's a trend, and other times it's just it does its own thing, right? I mean, last week wasn't a bad week, right? We had AUUD, we had LASE, RENT. It's like 4 out of those 5 days. If is it was that last week? I think that was last week, right? Yeah, I think the 8th, the 9th, we had those two stocks which gave a crazy opening surge. I'm trying to gauge the temperature of the market here. It's like, are we hot? Are we not? Are we somewhere in between? I think maybe we're somewhere in between, but it still doesn't feel like it's cold per se, right? I mean, KAVL gave a seriously good move. SNGX front side into the open, from 62 to 93. Like there's no way we can say that wasn't a good move. So it's like we're still seeing good opportunities, but you really have to be in the right stock right away. If not, maybe you're kind of like missing the trades, and if you catch the backside, then maybe you lose. Sometimes we're even red on the front side, right? So I don't think sizing down for me is necessarily the right move, but I think I still need to be more careful into the open because I've been going red. I mean, almost every day here, the last like 8 days, going red first, sometimes ending red, other times coming back green. The best days are starting green, going higher into the green, closing at the highs or close to it. Sometimes it can't be avoided, but I'm still thinking like, what can I do a little differently here to get a better start to the day? And the number one thing that comes to mind is just maybe keeping that smaller size. Like today, this after the first trade being a good 10-cent winner, I immediately size up 3-4 times the size. The next trade, just losing trade, wipes everything out. The stock fails miserably. So maybe I need to wait after the third, maybe after the second minute to then increase size. Maybe the third minute that I could do starting tomorrow. That way, even if I get chopped around in the following trades, I don't put myself red very quickly. SNGX, I had 7,000 base size and 16,000 max size. And I was willing to go 16,000 buying twice, but I never had the chance to do that, right? The way how it was moving. Just to kind of, show you guys the amount of risk I'd have been taking on there. Like, it'd have been risky. It'd have been risky business. We got verified traders as orange name, but I don't think I like it. I think a different color. I'm gonna change the color. I'm gonna change the color to something else. Because the orange names are for really and truly the MMU students. I'm gonna change it to maybe yellow or something. But this is something that we're doing only for trusted members in our community who has of course proven themselves via a screen share. And it's a little unfair because we're only doing it for people using the brokers we're familiar with, right? So if you're using some crazy broker, we do apologize, but that's just what it's going to be. We're not taking any chances here. So that's for a verified profitability role in the Discord, which will give you a separate color from everybody else. The standard color though is blue, which is our normal members. There's going to be a lot of people. They're profitable. They don't care about getting any different like badge next to their names. Everybody's a little different. Some people might want it. Other people, that's the last thing they want, because for them, they're not here for that. They're just here for the sense of community. Them being profitable, they don't need the world to know. Some people are more private, right? And it makes sense. Some people are more private. I think 11:30 is the mark. KAVL is at 6:10. If we don't see anything here in the next couple of minutes, I'll be shutting it down. And I'll be back later. MNDR. Is it true that MMU members will have their own charts and scanners? Well, we provide scanners like via a live stream in there. In terms of charts, we're not actually like building out a platform for charts. I honestly think it's best to use the charting software. Hold on, this thing's at 650. Hold on, hold up. That was quick. Let me size down first. 700 shares. It's up in an area where I think it's worth at least watching. Just make sure to have small size. It's over VWAP. It's over 630. But we had a resistance up at 80 and 20 area. So while this is a decent move for anybody who might have took break of VWAP or at the lows, not bad. But it's now coming back into an area where we had trouble. This should be interesting. Like right here, I don't know yet if it's good, but it's so far so good, right? I mean, even 90, okay, 06, right? Will it keep going? I mean, wow. It seems extended though. 80 on the bid. I'm gonna watch for a pullback entry if we see one. 700 shares, just small size here to kick it off. Maybe we had some covering just now, early covering. What will it be? And if we can avoid seeing a false breakout, that would be good. Bids coming back down aggressively there. We must hold. We must. 34 fill, bro. Oh my god. How many times in one day? See, this is why I have to use a small size here. It seems to be holding, but high fill there for me. This is like the 6th time today. Usually it's like twice a day, most. If it coming to the break and reclaim here, if it comes down. Alright, I'm done. What a terrible, terrible move. Terrible sequence there. Every trade a losing trade. Just awful, 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 awful. But it was worth a shot. If there's ever a place to lose money, for me, it's a place like this where I give myself a good chance, but not good. If I had my regular size, I'd already been flat. So good thing I sized it down. That's why it's so tricky here. It's like it's looking good, it's kind of moving up, but then not following through. Aggressive move, which wasn't bad. The halt up is at 813 if it does go crazy. Alright, 44, 49. It needs to hold up in this area here and get through. Where are those bulls? Alright. Not quite getting the dip. We'll see if it gives a better entry. The high's at 75. It seems good. It seems good. Come on. I got 1 cent away from getting a good fill getting out to the bitch just titanicking. That wasn't a bad dip though. It's gonna come, the spreads are gonna open up. We had 20. Now if you're in it lower than 30 there, it's a great trade. No fill. Day trading, I tell you. Time. The last 5 minute candle did close in very good shape. There's a huge spread here. The high of day breakout might be a little tricky. Whoa, that's not good. This is not good. This is not good. So we're seeing a 5 minute pullback, which is, what was that low? Okay, all right. Not good for the 1 minute dip, but let's see. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'll take this. I'll take that any day of the week, any time of the year. That was awful. 82 again. If this fails miserably, I tell you, it better not. It better see a sweet red to green here. I need more discipline towards this entry and just wait. If it takes me to the depths, then so be it. What kind of day is this going to be? Bro, like, why is the bid not coming up? Like, nonsense, man. The bids refuse to get up to $7 area. They're stuck at like 89, 88, 93. The ask is already at 705. It's back down again, which is not good. I'm already thinking I'll be selling at 715 or higher. But that's me looking to hold a little longer. I would if it doesn't retest this low for the fifth time here. Perhaps it does hold. If it does, I'll have to scalp. We're still holding up. We're still holding up. So come on, rip through. 95 on the bid. I might try again here. There's like some sort of seller or something. It's like it should be ripping through 705 easily. It could get I mean, this is kind of the area where it got shorted the first time. So if it fails in between like 7 and 720, I got to keep an eye out here. Okay, there's 15, 17. How smooth is this move here to 2025? I want to see 2530 to feel better about this thing holding up. 17, 18, 20. Okay, 22. Or there we go. 30. Okay, that's way better than what was happening just now. What was the hold up there? It's moving up very strangely here, not really dipping, a little up and down, a little chop, but grinding higher. Why am I still trading this stock? Why am I still trading this stock? It, it's moving up, and I'm not making anything. It was a nice bid. I mean, it was only like 12, 14,000, but it's up and then back down. No fill. Perhaps a lower push down, lower move. I'll keep this order out for a little bit. And nothing. Gotta just take that couple of cents, man. Take that couple of cents. Good enough. The bids are not to be trusted. It's like they evaporate down. So far, so good. I think the way how it's looking, we should get another move eventually here. I should have took that move up. $77. I could have took that move. I didn't. It seems to be struggling just a little bit though. 881 for the halt up. Fly. Not flying. They should be covering like crazy here. Anybody shorted at 750, 720? Waiting patiently. Trying for 30, but no good. So weird. Only 52, not good. This stock, man. This stock. The halt up is at 926. 926. Oh, no. Pullback time. Oh, no. 72. I'll have to just leave it alone here. So when the pullback comes, it's going to be crazy because it's so extended now. Still going up. 880, 890. 95, 98, 9, 910. The halt's at 958. There's 925, 940. Come on, get halted up because it's too it needs to get halted up because it's too extended at this point. There's 958. Can we get locked in? It's now at 991. The pullback will be disgusting if it happens. There's a bid. And it still comes down. Great. Lovely. Yeah. I need to shut it down and get the heck out of here. It's nonsense, man. 969 for the high. The halt is now at 1011. There's a low of 76. Not as violent on the dip so far. Time 52. Candle still fairly young. The high of the current candle is 30. Looks good. It looks good here. It looks good. So far, the pullback is holding up. Where am I gonna get filled? Oh, that would have been that would have been bad. The order's just lagging there. Yeah, we're not okay. We're getting like 20-30 cent spreads here. Ay, ay, ay. So that was a great entry. Sold it too soon. There just wasn't any buying coming in on the tape there. Perhaps a breakdown and a reclaim, or it pulls back lower because it seems to be struggling here. We should have went up with that big move just now. So far, it's still holding up 60-70 area. This is unbelievable, man. The candle is going to close in 2 minutes. And we're still in this consolidation. It's up, but then right back down. Can we hold and keep pushing? Brother. The fills are slow. And it's back down here again. Time. 1 minute 30 seconds. Again, the spreads are like 15-20 cents in some areas here. It seems like it's getting shorted again. We'll see. We'll see if it fails here or if it goes again. Okay. I'm not having a smooth experience with the tape, that's for sure. Yeah. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna sign off. Whatever this does, that's it. I'll take the lesson. Hold what I got. I probably should have did that a long time ago too. And This is definitely a frustrating day. This is worse than RENT, man. Disaster. R RT locked out. Now it's going up to $100. What a disaster of a stock for me. I mean, goodness. My accuracy maybe 10%. Tomorrow again. Tomorrow again. It felt like it was getting shorted up there at like 25 area though. Like we got up there because we consolidated for a while. We got over 9, and where we're seeing a lot of buying coming in 910, 915, 920. It's like it's just not pushing up despite having that volume. So something is up. There's like some sort of resistance in that area. I mean, nice move altogether though. I mean, from the resumption, the dip at 430 all the way to 950. Oh, 970. Pretty solid move. Pretty solid move. Can't complain. Just very tricky for me. Wasn't throwing out as much art as I should have been throwing out towards the lows again. So this theme is continuing. And I think, it's really coming from the inaccuracy, like just not connecting, not being in a good rhythm, and then ultimately second guessing the dips. I could have easily took twice as many trades as I did if I'm like firing off, not in a bad way, but again, like hesitancy, just not good. You gotta shut it down, come back next time. I didn't even get to see. I'll log it on the phone to see where I ended it. From 1700 to 560 or something. So we're probably red like 600 if I had to guess. Maybe a little more, somewhere there. Red 750. Lovely. Red to green to red. You could say that I overstayed my welcome, but you could also say that I stayed and gave myself a chance in an area where I usually do well. So, I'm not upset about sticking around. Just a tricky stock for me, man. Tricky stock. Not firing off those dips in all the areas. Not good. But ultimately, good move. Tomorrow again. I am out of here. So for those of you going all the way to 4 p.m., continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient. Check out those links down below if you're interested in the scanning software here, Momo Pro. That's what I use for my watch list. You guys can also check out the chat room and, of course, the classes if you're interested. Those links are all down below. Gonna shut it down. Gonna study up. Come again tomorrow. Very frustrating day here. Very frustrating day. But sometimes this is how it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. LMD, what's up? What's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. But small red day here. We're shutting it down. We'll be back later or perhaps tomorrow. Stay safe. Stay green. I am out like South.